In this video, we look at escape velocity. Escape velocity is the minimum velocity needed to break free from a massive body's gravitational pull. So if we have, this is an object that is to revolve around the Earth. If this is an object and is to revolve around the Earth, okay, so for this to be possible, the gravitational force should equal the centripetal force, so that we have that V equals root gm upon r, so that this becomes the orbital velocity. That is the velocity with which this body revolves around X. Okay, so this is the orbital velocity. So this is the mass of the Earth, and this is the radius from the center to the body in question. So this is the radius r. So we notice that the orbital speed is inversely related to the radius. Okay, so you notice that the higher the radius, the farther the radius, the smaller the velocity with which this object revolves around the surface of the Earth. But our interest is in that velocity with which this object, if acquired, will leave Earth's surface completely. Okay, so that is the escape velocity we'll be talking about. And you notice that this escape velocity, which we label as this, is greater than this orbital velocity. So for this body to escape the surface of the Earth, the escape velocity is such that is greater than the orbital velocity, orbital speed, with this factor v equals root 2 v naught. So if you compare this and this, you notice that this is the difference. So for this to be possible, we notice that the kinetic energy should be greater than the potential energy. The kinetic energy should be greater than what? Potential energy. Okay? It should be greater than or equal the potential energy. And from conservation of energy, this is half mv squared equals mgh. This is the escape velocity we'll be looking at. Of course, this cancels this. We are talking of the body. Okay, escape velocity of the body. Let's say body 1. We can discuss body 1 or what? Body 2. Of course, mgh, in this case now, it will be radius. If we are talking of body 1, it will be r1. Okay, so but just let's make use of r, considering the distance from the center of the Earth. So now we have that this is half v a squared greater than or equal gh, so that v a squared is greater than or equal to gh. And we quickly see that v equals is greater than or equal root 2gh. In this case now, it will be our r, because we are taking this to be reduced. So this is r now. This is r. This is r. And this is r. So for this body to escape the pull, the gravitational pull of this Earth surface, it should have velocity equal or greater than square root of 2gh. Okay, so we shall see how this applies. So we see that a more massive body has a stronger gravitational pull. Okay, the more massive a body is, the more the gravitational pull. So, and the more gravitational pull a body have, the more the kinetic energy needed for an object or a body that moves around such body, okay, the more the Ka it will need in order to escape free from the gravitational influence, as I have discussed here. So it means that for a body now, if we have the same body with equal distance from the centers, for a body to leave the gravitational influence of the sun, it will require greater kinetic energy, unlike when the body is on the surface of the earth or the moon, because the sun is more massive than the earth and moon. So for the the escape velocity, we see that the escape velocity of the sun will be greater than that of the earth, escape velocity of the earth, and that of the earth will still be greater than the escape velocity of the moon. Reason being that this is more massive. Okay, this is less massive. So since the escape velocity of the sun will be more, it therefore implies that the energy needed for that body to break away from the gravitational influence of the moon will be greater, because of this relationship. The kinetic energy is half mv squared. Okay, so this is the relationship between the mass of the body and the escape velocity. So if the escape velocity of the body, let's say body 1 in this case, okay, is high, it requires a higher kinetic energy. So for this body, sun, it will have, if a body is to escape the gravitational influence of the sun, it should have a greater what? Kinetic energy. So let's see how this formula came about. Let's write this formula. So these two formulas can help us find the escape velocity. So the escape velocity should be greater than or equal this for a body to escape from the surface of a planet. Okay, this or this greater than or equal root 2gr, where this is gravitational acceleration. Okay, this is radius, this is radius, this that is to escape. G is the universal gravitational constant. All right, so to derive this formula, if a body is to escape from the gravitational influence of the earth, work must be done on this body such that the work done equals the kinetic energy loss. And work done, we know, is force times distance. Force times distance, work done. Work done is force times distance. In this case, r now, if we consider the distance from the center of the earth. Remember, this is gm. If we are considering the mass of the earth and the mass in question, which we label as m upon r square, then we have times r. This is gravitational force, universal gravitational force. So this cancels, so that we have this for work done. This is gm m upon r this is for work done, equals kinetic energy now, which is half mv. In this case now, it will be the escape velocity, half mv squared. This m cancels this. Of course, this is the kinetic energy, the loss in kinetic energy for the body that is to escape. So that what we have now will be, if we cross multiply, we have 2g me. This has cancelled, have equals ve square r. So that if we make ve square subject of the formula, we have 2g me upon r. And finally, we have that escape velocity is root 2g me upon r. In this case, we are looking at escape velocity for a body revolving around the Earth's surface. If it is moon, this becomes subscript n. If it is the sun we are discussing, this becomes this. Okay, so we wrote me here to denote the mass of the Earth. Mass of the Earth. All right. So going further, we can find this relationship. And how do we find it? We notice that the force due to gravity on an object that is to revolve round, for instance, surface of the Earth equals its weight. That's the force of gravity equals the what? The weight. All right, and this we know as gm. For instance, we're talking about Earth. This is the mass of the body upon r square. Then we have mg. This cancels, so that gme equals gr square. Quickly see that it compares to this or this, since we are discussing the mass of the Earth. So if we have before now that v equals square root of 2g me upon r, we can replace this with have square root of 2. Instead of writing gme, we write gr square, then we have upon r. So that we now finally have that escape velocity can be written as 2gr. All right, so if you know the gravitational acceleration and you know the radius of the objects with that is the radius from the center of the Earth, you can find the escape what? Velocity. So let us solve some problems to illustrate this. And take note that this escape velocity is different from the orbital velocity. That is the velocity with which this body moves in a circular path. Is given as v equals root gm upon r. If we are discussing Earth, this is gma upon r because it's a circular path. We got this formula assuming that the centripetal force is being provided by the gravitational attraction here, force of gravity here, Fg. So this is the orbital speed, orbital velocity, and this is the escape velocities. So let's solve some problems to illustrate the use of this formula. So the question says the mass of Earth is this. The mass of Earth is 5.97 times 10 to the power of 24. 5.97 times 10 to the power of 24 kilogram. And its radius is, the radius is 6.38 times 10 to the power of 6 meter. What is the minimum velocity that is required for a rocket to escape the Earth's gravity. So if this is Earth, and this is rockets, so we want to find the minimum velocity that is required for this rocket to escape from the gravitational influence of this Earth. So from here to here is the radius from the center of the Earth. All right. So quickly utilizing this formula that we gave before, we see that the formula says that V, that is escape velocity, equals square root of 2g m upon r. In this case now, this is the mass of the Earth. So that we have that g is a constant. This is constant. G is called universal gravitational constant, is 6.67. Take note of this. Times 10 to the power of minus 11 kilogram per 1. We have beta to the power of 3. Then seconds by 2. So this is a constant. So we have that escape velocity now will be square root of 2 times 6.67 times 10 to the power of minus 11 times the mass of the Earth is giving here 5.97 times 10 to the power of 24 upon r. The radius now is 6.38 times 10 to the power of what? 6. So if you do this math, you see that the escape velocity will be 11,173 meter per second. So that if we put it in kilometer meter per second, have it as approximately 11.2 kilometer per second. So this is the minimum velocity with which this rocket can escape from the gravitational influence of the Earth. So this VE now should be equal. It should equal or greater than this. But in this case now, this is exact. So this is the velocity that is required for this rocket to escape from the gravitational influence of this Earth and never come back. So let's solve example 2. This question says mass has a radius of 3.39 times 10 to the power of 6 meters and a gravitational acceleration of 3.71 meter per second squared. What is the escape velocity of mass? Solution. Quickly use this formula. VE equals square root of 2gr. And this is square root of 2 times. The gravitational acceleration is 3.71 and the radius is 3.39 times 10 to the power of 6. So that this gives us 5,015 meter per second. So that we can have 5 kilometer per second. So if you have enjoyed this video, share it with your learning colleagues. Do have a wonderful day.